In solo leveling, while Jinho and Jinwoo are having a conversation, someone knocks at the door. Jinho asks, "Who is it?" He slightly opens the door, and a mysterious figure asks if this is Sung Jinwoo's office. Jinho replies, "Yes, it is." But before he can ask who it is, they are surprised to see Cha Hae-in. Jinwoo steps closer and asks, "What brings Cha here?" Struggling to mutter her words, she responds and says that she wants to sign up for Jinwoo's guild. The two sit down and Jinwoo clarifies what her real purpose for visiting is. Mommy Cha repeats that she wants to join Sung Jinwoo's guild. Jinwoo, looking confused about the situation, asks her, "Did the chairman put you up to this? Or were you kicked out by Mr. Choi from the Hunters Guild?" Mommy Cha immediately denies the claims. Then, with a serious tone, Jinwoo asks, "Then what is it? Why do you want to join the solo player guild?" Mommy Cha, shocked in disbelief, asks, "Is the guild really named Solo Player?" Jinwoo responds, asking if she has a problem with the name, since he and Jinho agreed on it. On the side, Jinho is completely shocked and shouts at Jinwoo, "Are you really serious? Did you really settle on Solo Player? Does my opinion not matter to you?" Jinwoo, confused, says, "You didn't say anything, so I took it as a sign of approval." This shocks Jinho even more, his expression a mix of emotions. Meanwhile, Mommy Cha sits there blushing and nervous. Jinwoo notices something strange. Her heart is beating fast, her breathing is uneven, and she's avoiding Jinwoo's gaze. She's trying her hardest to keep her cool, but there's no fooling Jinwoo. Feeling suspicious, he wonders why Mommy Cha wants to join his guild so badly. Jinwoo states, "It hasn't even been 2 years since you awakened as a hunter. I'm pretty sure your contract with the Hunters Guild hasn't ended yet." But Mommy Cha responds, "I have enough money to pay the penalty for breaching the contract." This makes Jinwoo even more suspicious. She's even willing to pay the penalty just to join. Jinwoo then explains to Mommy Cha, "Our guild doesn't have enough money to pay for a high-caliber hunter like you." But Mommy Cha eager says, "It doesn't matter. I don't need an advance payment." Jinwoo's curiosity grows. He asks, "Why are you going to such lengths just to join my guild? You have nothing to gain." Mommy Cha is having trouble explaining her reason for wanting to join Jinwoo's guild. She thinks to herself that Jinwoo might think she's crazy if she tells the truth. Recalling all her encounters with Jinwoo, she notes that it all started as curiosity. Thinking back even further, she realizes she is attracted to his scent. After seeing Jinwoo's abilities for the first time, she realizes what he is truly capable of. There's no doubt he's one of the strongest fighter-type hunters, but he can also use summoning magic. How many beasts can he even control? She then remembers their encounter at the Hunters Association gym. Looking at Sung Jinwoo, she told herself to stop worrying about him. She knew she didn't have time to waste. But Jinwoo stood out like a burst of color in her grayscale world. Mommy Cha then recalls her experience facing the Ant King. She admits that she was scared and afraid. The fear of death took hold of her. But then, she woke up beside Chairman Go Gun-hee. Go Gun-hee asked, "Do you feel all right?" But Mommy Cha ignored the question and instead asked, "Where am I?" Go Gun-hee replied, "Inside a helicopter. We just landed on top of the Hunters Association building, and we'll be transferring you to a hospital soon." Mommy Cha felt relieved but suddenly realized something. She asked Go Gun-hee, "Did Jinwoo come to save us?" The chairman simply nodded. This made Cha blush, realizing that it wasn't a dream. Coming back to her senses, Mommy Cha thinks to herself, "What should I do? I can't say, 'I want to be by your side until my last breath.'" Just thinking about it makes her blush even more. Jinwoo, still confused about why Mommy Cha won't talk, suspects that she might be hiding something since her face keeps turning red. Jinwoo then asks, "Are you not going to answer my question?" Mommy Cha clenches her hands and replies, "I just want a comfortable life." She then asks Jinwoo, "Is that wrong?" Jinho, standing on the side, whispers to Jinwoo, "Oh man, the Hunters Guild must have overworked her." Jinwoo contemplates, thinking, Cha Hae-in is only 22 or 23 years old. The burden of being an S-rank hunter must be weighing heavily on her shoulders. Not to mention, she suffered a serious injury during the Jeju Island raid. Jinwoo then cuts to the chase and tells Mommy Cha, "There's actually an entrance test that you must pass in order to join our guild." Mommy Cha eagerly responds, "What kind of test is it?" This shocks Jinwoo for a moment, but he then adds, "You have to defeat one of my summons." Mommy Cha, feeling underestimated, looks at Jinwoo seriously and asks, "Which one will it be?" Jinwoo smirks and replies, "I'll be sure to choose the strongest one, just for you." Mommy Cha, full of confidence, accepts the challenge, saying, "Fine by me." Accepting Jinwoo's test, Mommy Cha asks, "When will the test be held?" Jinwoo replies, "Let's do it right now." As for the place, how does the gymnasium at the Hunters Association sound? Thinking that the gymnasium is pretty far from their location, Jinwoo sees this as an opportunity to test out whether, or not, he can use shadow exchange with another person. Looking at Mommy Cha, who's about to leave, Jinwoo tells her, "We won't be going that way." Suddenly, Jinwoo takes the initiative and pulls Mommy Cha close to him. Mommy Cha, embraced by Jinwoo's arm, is caught off guard. Jinwoo then activates his skill, Shadow Exchange. Slowly, the shadows engulf them before they completely disappear. Meanwhile, Jinho, just coming back with snacks, says, "Why don't the two of you have something to eat while—" But his words are cut off. He freezes in place as he watches. Jinwoo's shadow orcs snatch the food off his plate. Meanwhile, at the Hunters Association gym, Jinwoo and Mommy Cha emerge from the shadows. Mommy Cha, still in shock, processes what just happened. Jinwoo, satisfied, thinks to himself, "The shadow exchange. Skill works like a gate. The fact that I can travel with another person is proof of that." Without wasting any time, Jinwoo tells Mommy Cha, "Let's begin." Mommy Cha then realizes something. She didn't bring a weapon. Jinwoo, teasing her, smirks and says, "Ah, you mean that pickaxe?" Mommy Cha's face turns red with embarrassment. "That wasn't my weapon," she blurts out. Jinwoo, smiling, tells her, "I was just kidding." Mommy Cha tries to shake off her embarrassment and says, "I'll be fine. There should be a weapon in the storage room that I can borrow." She then uses her hunter card to unlock the storage area, explaining, "This is a gym for hunters, so there are plenty of spare weapons available. While not the best, they're usually sufficient for training." Mommy Cha picks up a random sword and tells Jinwoo, "I'm ready." Jinwoo, concerned, asks, "Are you sure you'll be okay with that? You haven't had time to get used to that sword." Mommy Cha confidently reassures him, "It doesn't matter which weapon I use. After all, magic beasts don't care whether you're fully prepared for battle or not." Jinwoo, agreeing in his thoughts, acknowledges, "Very true, based on her willingness to prove herself. If I summoned just any ordinary soldier, she'd tear them to shreds." Jinwoo summons Igris and introduces him as the best swordsman out of all my shadow soldiers. Mommy Cha then asks, "How will the winner be decided?" Jinwoo tells her, "The fight will go on until you either destroy my summoned beast or surrender." Jinwoo looks at Igris and thinks to himself, "I told her that I'd summon my strongest soldier, but having her fight Beru would be too traumatic for her." Jinwoo was about to start the match. But when he looks at Mommy Cha, whose mana is flaring, alert and ready, he suddenly remembers she doesn't care which weapons are used. He then tells her, "Could you turn around for a second?" Mommy Cha, slightly confused, agrees. Jinwoo then pulls out the longsword of the Demon King. Baron and hands it to Igris. "Use this as your weapon." Standing in the gymnasium, Igris and Mommy Cha face each other. With everything set, Jinwoo signals the start. "All right then, begin." Our bro Igris steps forward with his newly acquired sword, looking like a total badass. Then Igris initiates the first move. Swinging his sword, he unleashes a massive lightning strike surging toward Mommy Cha. But Mommy Cha easily dodges it with her speed. Jinwoo, watching, notes, "Just as I expected. An ordinary person would have died if Igris had so much as grazed them." Mommy Cha counters with a blunt slash at Igris, but he manages to block it, creating a shockwave that shakes the gym. Meanwhile, in the Hunters Association office, Chairman Go Gun-hee feels the tremor and looks toward the gymnasium, thinking, "I'm pretty sure no one reserved the gymnasium today." Curious, he contacts his agent. "Link the gym's CCTV feed to my room." When the feed appears, he's surprised to see Jinwoo and Mommy Cha. Confused about when they arrived, he suddenly recalls the moment in the helicopter, where Mommy Cha clearly blushed, knowing his daddy Woo had saved them. The chairman smirks, realizing he's been slow to catch on. He then tells his agent, "I'm sorry, but could you turn off all the security cameras in the gymnasium?" And orders just write today off as an inspection day. Sitting in silence, the chairman suddenly feels another strong shockwave shake his room, causing the frame behind him to fall. Smirking, he mutters to himself, "Ah, youth." Back in the gym, Jinwoo is speechless by the scene. Igris is pinned against the wall, defeated. Mommy Cha's sword glows, looking like wings. She looks at Jinwoo and asks, "Are you sure this Black Knight is your strongest?" Then adds, "You said you'd call forth your strongest soldier for me, so summon them here now." Jinwoo, worried about Mommy Cha, warns her, "You might get hurt." Mommy Cha disregards Jinwoo's warning and tells him, "I don't care, I've been wanting a rematch anyway." Jinwoo is shocked that Mommy Cha knew about Beru. Mommy Cha explains, "Yes, I saw the beast in person," and adds, "I also watched the footage of it as well." Jinwoo sighs before muttering Beru. Mommy Cha stands firm, watching as Jinwoo's shadow slowly takes shape. Jinwoo then asks one last time, "I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you sure you're okay with this?" From the darkness, Beru fully emerges, towering behind his liege. Jinwoo thinks to himself, once extracted, shadow soldiers become weaker than when they were alive. But even so, Beru was created for the purpose of killing hunters. He was born to be a weapon. If Beru goes all out against Hae-in, her chances of winning will be... But his thoughts are suddenly interrupted by Beru's chilling voice. "My king, what shall I do about this person?" Jinwoo gives his order. "Defeat her, but make sure she doesn't get hurt." Beru bows his head slightly, responding, "Yes, my king." Beru steps forward, releasing a powerful screech that shakes the entire gym, shattering every window. Mommy Cha is terrified. She can't believe that Sung Jinwoo actually fought such a creature. As Beru prepares his razor-sharp claws, Jinwoo interrupts him. "Put those things away." Jinwoo warns, "I won't make life easy for you if you hurt her." Beru, with big, innocent bug eyes, hides his claws and softly replies, "Yes, my king." Mommy Cha spots an opening, thinking that she has a chance. But before she can move, Beru dashes behind her, using the same attack that once defeated her on Jeju Island. Mommy Cha, shocked, realizes he's used the same move as the last time, but Mommy Cha quickly counterattacks, determined not to fall for the same trick twice. She swings her sword, but to her surprise, Beru casually catches it with just 2 fingers. Beru thoughts to himself, "My king gave me one command, to defeat my foe without causing her any harm." And with confidence, he adds, "I'll show her just how much stronger I am and make her lose the will to fight." A simple task indeed. Mommy Cha unleashes a flurry of attacks. Beru dodges effortlessly, just swaying, weaving, evading, like it's all just a game. Mommy Cha lunges, aiming for a precise strike, but Beru dodges once again effortlessly. Determined, Mommy Cha thinks, "I'm not done yet." She presses on, launching strike after strike. Mommy Cha in disbelief that Beru is dodging him from a distance without even using its feet. Beru, watching Mommy Cha's expression, tilts his head. Then, in a flash, he lunges at her, roaring directly in her face. The sheer force of his voice creates a shockwave, knocking Mommy Cha backward. After Mommy Cha was knocked back by Beru, Jinwoo thought the outcome had been decided and asked her, "Are you satisfied now?" But Mommy Cha, while wiping her sweat, determinedly replied, "Not yet. I still have fight left in me." Jinwoo, still confused, thought to himself, "What is Mommy Cha thinking?" He didn't expect her to be reckless enough to keep fighting even after realizing the vast difference in their strength. Analyzing the situation, he thought, "Beru is different from my other shadow soldiers. He may have intellect, but he's a killing machine at heart. Even now, I can tell he's suppressing his overwhelming thirst to kill." Looking at Mommy Cha, Jinwoo considered that she might have a reason for continuing and hoped she wasn't making a mistake. Meanwhile, Beru's instincts kicked in. A single glance is all it takes for living creatures to recognize whether they are the predator or the prey, he thought. With a growling voice, he muttered, "How dare you!" Then with overwhelming speed, he lunged at Mommy Cha, stating, "A prey standing up against their predator. This cannot be tolerated." Raising his sharp claws, he attacked, but Mommy Cha barely dodged, knocking him back again. Beru clawed the wall, looking like Freddy Krueger in Mommy Cha's nightmare. Determined to win, Mommy Cha activated her skill, Sword Dance, pointing her sword at Beru. Then, she lunged at him with a glowing strike. Beru blocked the attack with his hand, shattering her blade into pieces. But instead of losing hope, Mommy Cha's eyes glowed as her sword broke. She had only one shot left. She didn't have enough mana to use another skill. But she thought this should be enough. Using her remaining mana, she activated Sword of Light and dashed toward Beru, successfully piercing his chest. Jinwoo, watching from the sidelines, was alarmed and shouted, "No!" After being pierced in the chest for a brief moment, a quick and simple command resurfaced in Beru's mind, a command that was given to him by the queen upon his birth. Nothing could stop him from remembering the long-forgotten command. It was an instinct: annihilate the enemy. Glaring at Mommy Cha, Beru muttered, "This woman is my enemy." Now out of control and filled with bloodlust, he lunged at Mommy Cha, raising his claws. "Stop!" Jinwoo shouted with authority, ordering Beru to stop. Meanwhile, Mommy Cha closed her eyes as she braced for impact. But before Beru's claws could reach her, they were suddenly engulfed in a massive shockwave that shook the gym. When the dust settled, Mommy Cha opened her eyes in shock. Jinwoo was standing before her, gripping Beru's wrist. With a serious tone, Jinwoo told Beru, "I told you to stop." Beru leaped backward as Jinwoo checked on Mommy Cha. Realizing what he had done, Beru knelt and begged for his king's forgiveness. Looking at Beru, Jinwoo sighed in disappointment before turning to Mommy Cha and asking, "Why are you pushing yourself so hard? There's no need for you to go to these lengths to join our guild." Mommy Cha didn't respond. Jinwoo then added, "This was only a test, an entrance test for a nameless guild. A hunter like you shouldn't be risking your life over something like this. It's not worth it, scolding Mommy Cha like a baby." Jinwoo asked her, "So why are you going to such lengths?" But Mommy Cha stood there in silence. In the background, Jinwoo asked her again, "Are you not going to say anything again?" Confused, Jinwoo thought, "What's her deal?" Then he suddenly dropped, "Are you perhaps interested in me?" rizzing her unintentionally. Mommy Cha was caught off guard. "What? Is that not it either? I just can't tell what she's up to." Jinwoo's thoughts ran as Mommy Cha struggled to find her words. She then muttered, "Yes?" which caught Jinwoo's attention. Blushing, she continued, "I think so.